of Courtroom Legends, the show where we put your fictional attorneys in the hot seat. I'm your host, Christopher Anthony Richardson, and court is in section. On today's episode, we'll be talking to one of my favorite lawyers named Lionel Hutz. He's a character from The Simpsons. If you watch The Simpsons, you know there's a whole bunch of lawyers, but this lawyer, you know him very well because he's the one that everyone hires. The Simpsons hired him for a couple of their cases, and he's been one of my favorite lawyers because he's funny as hell, and I've always enjoyed seeing how he handles situations. But there were a couple of things that I found out about him that I know some of you guys didn't know. So let's dive into it. When it comes to Lionel Hutz's background, he is actually voiced by Phil Hartman. The character has since been retired due to Phil Hartman's death in 1998. His last speaking role was episode 9 of season 9. And the last time he appeared on camera or this cartoon was season 9, episode 24. He was actually standing next to Lisa when she was getting on the bus. He was an attorney at law, but he was also been seen as a real estate agent, a babysitter, and also a shoe salesman. Some of his notable traits was that he's very incompetent, often unethical, but he also was enthusiastic. He was known for taking almost any case, no matter how ridiculous it was. And he always wore that powder blue suit and carried a briefcase that most likely had nothing in it. What shocked me the most doing my research about Lionel Hutz is that he only has one credible win. And he has 7 losses and he has 2 draws / mistrials. As you can see on this list, he's lost a lot of cases that involve the Simpsons in there. But the only credible win he has here is the one where he helped Chester sue the Itchy and Scratchy studio because Chester actually is the one who created Itchy and they were using his image. He ended up winning. Chester was actually a homeless guy in this episode, and after he won, he became totally rich, and then he didn't even want to help. I think Itchy and Scratchy actually went out of business, and Chester never wanted to give him the rights or after that. If you want to watch that whole episode, yeah, definitely go watch that whole episode. Lionel Hutz actually does a really good job at getting him what he needs in this episode. So, yeah, that's the only credible win he has. He does have another credible win, but technically Treehouse of Horror does not, it's not canon. He technically did represent Homer against Ned Flanders when, because Ned Flanders was the quote unquote the devil in that episode, and Homer did say, hey, if you give me this donut, I'll give you my life. And Homer did end up eating the donut. Lionel Hutz was his lawyer, but he didn't stay. He ended up saying he had to go to the bathroom and then going out the window. But he did technically win that because his soul actually didn't belong to the devil. It belonged to Marge. Yeah, definitely go check out that episode too. For Lionel Hutz's real world accuracy, his only pro really is that he demonstrates real world courtroom tropes like being sleazy, and defending, all types of lawsuits and whatnot. His cons are that he's wildly exaggerated for comedic efforts. No real lawyer could get away with his antics and still practice law. So kind of straightforward on that one. Even though Lionel Hutz is hilarious, I have no choice but to give him a 1 out of 10, mainly because he is the number one lawyer that I know would not work in the real world. He would have lost his license a long time ago, mainly because he takes any case that comes his way. And because of that, I know that he takes on a good workload so that he can't really put his best effort in the cases that he does get. I actually didn't know about his voice actor passing away in 1998. So that was one of the things that shocked me about this character. But yeah, if you want to watch any of the episodes of The Simpsons, Disney Plus is a good streaming service for that. I know other ones do offer it, but Disney Plus I know for sure has it. I want to thank you guys for watching this episode of Courtroom Legends. I still haven't decided who's going to be in the next one, but if you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments. And that's the end of this one. Court is adjourned. You guys have a great rest of the day.